In this video, we're going to start working on the create chat button and make it work. So right now, the very first thing that we have to do is to disable this button. So if I head over to the code, I can disable it. Here it is, the button. I can disable it. The reason why I'm disabling it is because if we do not select any user, it should be by default disabled. So it will be only enabled if any of the user is selected from here. And this is what we're gonna achieve using Jquery. So the thing that we have to do now is to go to our public JS, and here we'll create a new file. We're gonna save it with the name of custom.js, and here we have our custom.js, and we have to include the custom.js here as well. At the very bottom, we have to include our custom, which is in the same directory as it, which is public and js and custom.js. In our app.js, we are already included the Jquery, so we do not have to worry about that. If we save and go back to our custom file and let's start writing Jquery, document.ready function, and we're gonna add the dollar sign so we can use the dollar all the time within the function. And here, let me go here. We have to first check if any of the option is checked, then we can enable this. So if I do the inspect element, so you can see we have Bootstrap select class. We can then go to this UL, which is having a class of inner, and then we can trigger the li. So we have to check whenever this li is clicked. So this is what I can say: dot bootstrap select, which is the first class, the main class, and then dot inner, which is the ul, and in ul we have li. And now we have to check if it is clicked. So if it is clicked, then we're gonna create a function, and let me reduce the sidebars, and then we will have to write a condition to check if at least one of a user is selected. So for that, we're gonna create a variable which would be by default false, and we can loop through the li to see if it is selected or not. The way it is working here, as you can see, if I select it, you see the little change here. The one which is selected got the selected class. If I remove, just watch over here, okay? If I remove, I remove the select class. We have two li. Let me select mark. You see it got selected here. So we can check if we have a selected class attached to the li. If at least one selected class is attached, we can check for it. And because it is also happening because of the Jquery, this all process is happening through the Jquery because it is the third-party plugin that is doing the select. So we have to add some sort of timeout so we can let the third-party plugin Jquery process, and then we process our condition. So we're gonna set the timeout here, and it would be a function as usual, and the time we will gonna set, let's say 600, and we will check for each li. So let me just copy this line over here, and instead of click we will gonna say each. So each li, we're gonna first see if we already got this okay as a true, so we're gonna skip this for each, otherwise it will gonna keep run through the entire list, and this is not what we want. If we got a user already selected, then just leave the loop. So if it is not true, then and only then we have to check if this, which means the li, has a class, and what was the class selected, correct? If this is the condition and it's match, then make this variable as true and return. This return will get us to the each loop, and then if we find it true, we're gonna skip. Else make is okay false. So that's our pretty much condition, and after this loop we will gonna check. We are still in the click event and still in the set timeout. So now we are going to check is okay. If it is true, then we can make our button enable. So all these code is just to make the create button enable, just to make application a little bit professional. Now we can target our button which is having a ID of create, and then prop, which is the Jquery function, disable would be false. And let me copy it. If it's still false, then make it disable again, and then make the variable is okay false again. And you will know why I'm doing this last line. So if I go back and refresh, our create button is disabled. So if I select, so it is now working. Okay, actually I just wrote the wrong class name. It is selected. So if I save it, refresh, now as you can see it is enabled. Right now if I'm clicking, it's not doing anything. If I'm removing the check from both, it is again going disabled. That's what we need, you see. So that's a good thing. Now in next video we're going to come and work on our Ajax, because we will gonna trigger this create using Ajax. We will gonna send a Ajax request, and where we will create the chat for the user. So take care for now. Bye bye.